Hey, boys and girls, I think you're really going to enjoy this week's story. It is called Dot and Jabber and the Great Acorn Mystery. It is by Ellen Stoll Walsh, and the genre, or the type of story it is informational fiction. So we know fiction as a fake story, a make-believe story. So informational fiction is a make-believe story, but it's also going to be giving us some facts and some information that we can use and learn about as we read. So the next story is a mystery about trees and how they grow where they do. So although they're going to be using two made-up characters and telling us a made-out story, we are going to be learning some facts. So as we know, good readers set a purpose for reading. And I think that my purpose reading today is to look for the factual information, the things that are facts in this story that aren't just make-believe. So the question of the week is, how do we solve mysteries? So let's find out with Dot and Jabber and the Great Acorn Mystery. So you can be reading along right in your book as well. The detectives had nothing to do. We need a mystery to solve, said Jabber. Here's a mystery, said Dot. What is this little oak tree doing here? Why is that a mystery? Jabber wanted to know. Because of the acorn, said Dot. How did it get here? Dot, said Jabber. What acorn? So here we have our two little mice detectives, and we could even use one of our weekly skills, our compare and contrast, and then we can look at Dot and Jabber and ask ourselves, how are they alike and how are they different? Well, they're both mice. They're both small. They're both detectives. They both have cute little tails. And how are they different? Well, I would say their color, right? They're different colors. So they have some things that are alike and some things that are different. They're two little mice detectives. So Jabber says, Dot, what acorn? Acorns are oak tree seeds. Oh, that's a fact, isn't it? This little oak tree grew from an acorn, and acorns come from big oak trees. Oh, another fact in this make-believe story. Oh, that acorn, said Jabber. But where's the big oak tree? That's part of the mystery, said Dot. Let's look for clues. Okay, shouted Jabber, because we're detectives. He poked his head into a hole. So this page is a good example. I mean, it's obviously a make-believe story. There's two little mice playing detectives and talking, right? That's definitely not real. But we did get some facts and some true information about acorns and oak trees already, even on the first few pages. So they're off to solve the mystery. Hey, this is my hole, said Mole. Go away. There are no clues down here. Try the big oak tree on the other side of the meadow. Of course, said Dot. Come on, Jabber. So here we have Mole, and why do you think that Mole wants them to go away? Well, I think for starters, they just dove into his hole. And another thing is, it looks like, you see his eyes, he looks tired. Moles are nocturnal animals. He was probably sleeping in there. And these two just came jumping down his hole, so he wants them to go, go, go. Oh, so they're going to go see the other oak tree. That's a long, long way, said Jabber. How did our acorn get from there to here? Do you think it walked? Let's find out, said Dot. The acorn began at the big oak tree. So will we. The detectives set off across the meadow. After a while, Jabber said, I'm tired. Can we wonder about all these maple seeds instead? So here, they're finding all these maple stuff everywhere. So they're like, getting tired of this acorn thing. Maybe our acorn... Oops, sorry. There's no mystery in maple seeds, said Dot. They have wings that twirl, and they ride the wind across the meadow. So that's these ones. I know that when I was little, and I also showed my daughter, and she does it too, we'd take these little maple seeds, and we'd open up one side and put them on our noses, and they stick for a minute. That's very silly. But they have wings, and they twirl right down from the trees, if you've ever seen them fall. And they all land, so that's how they get from place to place. And Jabber says, well, maybe our acorn rode the wind too, said Jabber. That is what we are going to find out, said Dot. I don't know, I've never seen acorns kind of flying, but I have seen the maple seeds, So now they have a new part of the mystery, like how did that acorn travel? First it was where did it come from, now they found it, but how did it travel that far to get all the way across the meadow to the big oak tree? At last they arrived at the big oak tree. Look, said Dot, I bet there are 1,000,000 acorns here. They don't have wings, said Jabber, but they taste good. Don't eat them, Jabber. They're clues. Acorns don't have wings, but they might have sneaky feet, said Dot. Let's keep watch and see if they start to move. Plip, an acorn dropped from the big oak tree. Jabber poked it with a stick. This acorn isn't going anywhere, he said. None of them are. They're waiting for the acorns to get up and move. They're going to be waiting a long time. A squirrel came and sat down among the acorns. Jabber, look, Dot whispered. What is he doing? Oh, gasped Jabber. He's eating our clue. He can't be, said Dot. The shell is still on it. So why is he stuffing it in his mouth? Asked Jabber. The squirrel ran off. Oh no, he's stealing the acorn, the detectives cried and ran after him. When the squirrel stopped, they stopped and watched to see what would happen next. What is he doing now? Asked Jabber. Digging a hole. Look, he's hiding the acorn. Jabber stared at Dot. Maybe he's planting it. Of course, said Dot. Our acorn crossed the meadow on squirrel feet. And got planted by squirrel feet, said Jabber. And grew into the little oak tree, said Dot. The mystery is solved. We are two clever mouse detectives. Hooray, shouted Jabber. Now what will we do? Find another mystery, said Dot. But I'm hungry, said Jabber. First, let's go eat some of those leftover clues. What does he mean by that? He wants to go back to that tree and eat those acorns. Remember, he wanted to eat them earlier, but they said, nope, those are clues. So that's our story. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like that one. I think Dot and Jabber are super cute. And we learned a lot of facts, right? We learned how the acorn traveled. It didn't walk away on sneaky feet, but an animal grabbed it and took it away on sneaky feet and dug it. He wasn't trying to plant a tree, that squirrel, just so you know. That's just what squirrels do. They bury their stuff, just like a dog will bury a bone for later. So he was kind of, the expression is squirreling it away, meaning tucking it away, hiding it away for another day, right, in the winter when he can't find any. So he was just putting it in a hiding spot, and he probably forgot about it, and it turned into a little oak tree. I hope you enjoyed that one.